Hi everybody, Wendy from Cinnamon Sweet Shop. As you can tell just by the title of this video, I just have way too much time on my hands and I got to get back to work soon. Just the fact that I'm making these type of cookies. Now, if you followed me for a while, several years ago, actually it was way before I had my YouTube channel, but I still had my blog. I did, when there was an Ebola outbreak, I also made Ebola cookies just to lighten up the mood. Hopefully, someday sooner rather than later, when all of this is over, and we don't have to social distance and we're allowed to have parties again, you can kind of make these cookies as a welcome back to life party. Welcome back to the way it was party, and you'll get a lot of laughs out of them. Just remember, let this video go viral. Get it? Yeah, I know. Not very funny. I'll stick to my training job at the gym. But to make these cookies, and this video, by the way, doubles as a how-to video to make dome-shaped cookies. And I did that using this Wilton pad. Just basic cookie dough. I just happen to use a sugar cookie. You could use gingerbread as well. And this cookie pan, it is the Wilton. It's actually a ball-shaped pan. So you can make two cakes like this, put it together, and you have a ball, like a baseball size. I rolled out the dough to 1/8 inch thick, and I placed it on the underside of the pan and then baked it for the time that the recipe calls for. Let it cool completely, and then I removed it from the pan. So next, I made the royal icing. Now, I've seen pictures of this virus, and I've seen the base color in various different shades. One picture I saw was a grayish color, another it was a yellowish, another was kind of an ivory color. So I went with the ivory color, and I made my royal icing nice and thin, because this is what we're going to use to flood. Not so thin where it's clear looking. Sometimes if you thin it too much, it's going to make your cookie look almost transparent. I mixed this, I colored this, and I let it sit for a little bit to get some of those air bubbles out. I still have a few, but not terrible. So to get the air bubbles out after mixing, I just pounded it a little bit on the counter, let the air bubbles rise, pop them, and then I let it sit as well. So just going to take this and dip it in, get it all covered. It's easier doing it this way than flooding it with the pastry bag. It'll come out even, and it's a lot quicker. And because it's nice and thin, the excess will just drip off. It should be evenly covered. I do want this to come down around the sides and cover that as much as possible. And just once this excess drips off, I am putting it on top of, this is a cooling rack on top of a tray, so any excess will just drip down and it'll become even. So I'm going to do that with this one. And then take another one. Now you're going to have to let this dry for a while. I'm going to say 6 to 8 hours, so this is not something that you'll finish real quickly. Once this is nice and dry, I took some nice and stiff red icing, and you want to have this stiff enough so that when you pipe a line straight up, it stays there. It won't flop over from being too thin. So you see how that's staying straight up? It's not even moving. That's how you want to make your lines, because in the pictures, all of the red, it's kind of lifted off of the actual virus. So I'm just going to start in the middle, and as I squeeze out, I just lift straight up. And I noticed that each cluster was in a triangular shape. So I'm just going to do clusters of 3. Have it like that. I don't mind the point, but if you don't want that pointed, you could just take your hand, your finger, dip it in some cornstarch or even a little bit of warm water and just like pat it down. As I said, I don't mind it. And just go around the cookie and space it out. No particular order. Be sure to check out my website, cinnamonsweetshop.com, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for much more videos coming up. See you all next time.